Hi, people, and thank you for coming to this class. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna learn how to subtract complex numbers. So yesterday we learned how to add. Today, how to subtract. I just asked you about what is easier for you, either adding or subtracting, and most of you agreed on addition, which is simpler. So we're gonna use that idea, guys, because I know subtracting might be a little bit tricky. It's not that difficult, but because of the sign and all of that, right, etc. What we're gonna do in this case, guys, take a look that we have a complex number 8 minus 3i minus this second complex number, which is 4 minus 10i. What we're going to try to do is to, instead of having this negative here, instead of having this subtraction, we are going to convert this. We want to turn this into an addition. It is like when we used to subtract a polynomials or the binomials especially. So what we're going to do, okay, I'm going to copy this 8 minus 3i. Okay, I just copy these, guys. I don't like subtracting. I abhor subtracting. Instead of having the negative, I'm gonna place positive. Okay, but what do you think, guys, is going to happen to the second complex numbers? If I change this sign in front of all of this, what is going to happen with these numbers? What is going to happen to this digit? 4 and 10, that is not going to change, but what is going to change?
The
It's gonna
I mean,
negative
be
sign.
adding.
mhm. If you use a distributive property, negative times this positive is what? Negative times positive is
Negative.
negative. Using distributive property, negative times negative here,
Positive.
positive. Okay, actually, we're using distributive property, but you can think about this, guys, in an easier way, which is you change the sign positive, and then you change the sign of what is inside of the parentheses. This was positive, now it's negative. This is negative, now it's positive. But actually, you're using distributive property. But you can look at that in a different way, which is easier. Now, guys, is you don't have subtraction anymore. You have addition, which is what you like, which is what you like. Okay, then, guys, let's add this as normal. Okay, real part with real part, then imaginary part, the blue part with imaginary part. Okay, I'm gonna give you 1 minute to do that. Okay, once we have we got the addition, guys, the real part is gonna be added to each other. Okay, we got 8 and negative 4. Okay, 8 and minus 4. And what is the imaginary part of the first complex number is negative 3, right? This one, negative 3. And the second is plus 10. Okay, plus 10. As simple as this. Okay, let's simplify it. What is 8 minus 4?
4.
4.
4. Thank you. And then 10 minus 3, or minus 3 plus 10.
7.
7i. Okay, 7i. And this is the answer for this subtraction. 4 plus 7i. That is a complex number we got out of subtracting this. Again, we got a subtraction and we just discussed this. And um, we agreed that we don't like subtracting. Okay, what we're gonna do, we got a subtraction. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna convert this subtraction into an addition, because we rather add, guys, these numbers. Okay, and but what happened, guys, if this was negative, what is gonna happen with the inner part here in the parentheses, guys? If we change this, what's gonna happen with these signs?
Negative 12
Mm-hmm.
minus 6.
Minus 6. Okay, what we did, thank you for, what we did is just change this, since it was negative, now positive, sorry, now it's negative. This is positive, now negative, using distributive property. But you can look at this in that way. I think it is easier. Okay, now once you change that, okay, now you got an addition, and you know how to work with the additions. Okay, we're gonna add real part to each other, and the imaginary part to each other as well. Okay, the real part of the first complex number is negative 11, and the real part of the second complex number is negative 12. Mhm. And then let's go to the imaginary unit. What is the imaginary part of the first complex number?
Positive 4
Positive
and
4. Mhm.
negative 6.
-6. That's correct. -4, +4, and -6. That's it. Now let's simplify it. If you got -11 and -12, what it comes up to, guys?
-23.
-23. That's correct. And -6 and 4 plus 4 minus 6.
-2.
32.
-2 what? Something. And that something
I.
is I. That's correct. And that is the answer. -23 minus 2i. Let's have a look at this one then. Letter G, okay? Oh, again, you said, subtraction. I don't like subtracting. Okay, convert that into an addition. Okay, 9, you copy the first complex number. You only copy it. And then you change this sign, okay? This is negative, now it's going to be positive. And you are modifying something, guys. Okay, you are going to modify this. This is positive, now it's going to be what?
Negative.
-9. The other one is negative, now it's going to be
Positive.
positive 8i. Okay, it's exactly the theory property. And then now that this is an addition, this is easier. So it's, I mean, we can manage to solve this. So we're gonna use, okay, we're gonna solve this like real part to each other, imaginary part to each other. And then what is the real part of the first complex number? 9, correct. And what is the imaginary part of the second complex number? -9. Sorry, the real part. And what is the complex part, the imaginary part, sorry, of that first complex number?
I.
-8i, correct. And what is the imaginary part of the
-1.
second? +8, right? The other one is +8, okay? Real part, these ones, and imaginary part, these ones. Okay, then let's simplify it. 9 minus 9, what is that equals to? 0, right? And then 8 minus 8, or -8 plus 8, that's still gonna be 0, right? 0, 0 what? 0 something, which is
I.
okay, this is the complex number. So 0 plus 0i. Guys, 0 plus 0i, guys, that is just a simple 0. Okay, that is the answer, 0. Okay, perfect. And this is done.